All right. Welcome to the Long War. I'm Rob Bear. And joining me tonight are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, and special guest Lucas Sutherland.
Yo, dog.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
Hey,
glad to be here.
Hey, thanks for filling in for Juice tonight. Juice isn't with us tonight. He had some stuff going on. I'm sure he'll be back next week to tell us all about it. But in the meantime, we have lots to talk about. A lot of cool stuff going on in the in the whole tabletop gaming world right now. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We've got a big event coming up in November that we wanted to talk about, and we'll have a special guest tonight, John Ross from the General Staff, talking Warzone Atlanta, a big GT coming up in November. Well, this flyer doesn't have a date on it, but I believe it's in the middle of November, but we'll definitely have the exact date for you guys. We also wanted to talk about just some of the stuff we were doing today, setting up the new Beats Laboratory. You can probably tell this isn't my normal background. This is the new background, not completely set up yet, but Kenny and Lucas were down here helping set up the new studio for all the bat reps today. What do you guys? Kenny has left the building.
Yes.
Well, that's all right. We don't need him anyway.
The studio's really, really freaking sweet.
Yo, dog. We were down. We were setting up.
Yeah, we was hanging some stuff off the ceiling. We got some lights up.
That's pretty much how it went. No, it's a really cool. We posted a picture on the Facebook. I definitely appreciate your help coming out.
Yeah, dude, that new train board is amazing.
It really is. Terrain Masters is a local, business here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, my new home, that makes some really good looking terrain, and they basically brought us aboard to do some battle reports on. We're going to talk about them, of course. And one of the things they do is they actually make these boards for sale. And so you can, if you see something you like on our battle report, you want that table, you can just hit us up about it, and we can get it for you.
You can get the special edition table that I licked. The one that I put out a cigar on. You can even get the one that I spilled an entire.
You might have licked it more than once.
Well, the only reason I licked it is because I spilled an entire glass of wild turkey on it, and you literally, obviously, have to lick it.
You can tell me that.
You can even get these custom boards.
No, they look really cool. I wish we had. Well, check out the Facebook. They're on the Long War Facebook right now, and you can head on over. Terrain Masters has a webpage. You can definitely check that out as well. For some more pics of this is just really cool looking board. So what do you think about the new studio, Kenny?
Getting to go to the new Beats Laboratory today for the first time, just seeing pictures of it wasn't doing it enough justice, in my opinion, which obviously you can check out those pictures on Facebook. Yo, we're finally doing it. Like, I'm just so happy to see bringing a hobby back is finally working. We've overcome a lot of things, and now we're pushing through, upgrading our quality. That room is amazing, man. We're going to be hitting benchmarks, new quality season 2. Hopefully we have a couple of sneak peek, couple of single one-off, versus episodes, just to kind of break in the new laboratory to show you guys how awesome it is. And now that we're in Fayetteville, like Rob was saying, we're in a North Carolina hub. Like, we're going to be doing some serious stuff and trying to bring in people. And we're going to be hitting new levels of terrain, new levels of visual quality, and very soon new levels of audio quality with our Kickstarter we're running in October, trying to get some new equipment for the Beats Laboratory.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, we spent, I guess, a decent amount of money, like in the room.
We pretty much spent the whole of our company on it.
pretty much. We haven't made any money off any of this, and we've spent all the money on all of it. But that's okay, because it's totally worth it.
Reinvestment is what's smart.
Yeah, no doubt there. Because this, I can't wait to see what the first video looks like, especially on the new board, just in and of itself.
That board's awesome.
Lucas here has been like, "Yo, let's play a game on it, like all day."
They don't listen.
Let's play it.
I think they're scared. They don't want to play against the robots.
No, and speaking of your robots, we just took a bunch of pictures of your stuff and posted up on Barely Tabletop Quality.
Tabletop's 2 words. This one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not
the official finally the official Facebook page of Barely Tabletop Quality.
Finally. I mean, I know you guys are waiting for it for like a couple years now, but it's finally here.
We've been talking about it for a couple of years, that's for sure. No doubt there. So we got some people checking in here. We got Justin Cox. He played with you guys last weekend at a tournament up in my old hometown.
Yeah, he's got those sweet Necrons that look like the
good old Justin Cox, one of my favorite people. I think I've played against him multiple times. He's always a solid supporter of what we do and bringing hobby back, and he himself has always been a hobby back. I love seeing him, and I think that he did really well at some tournament recently. I think we were talking about him We were reading.
It was Philadelphia, I believe, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. I think
That was a couple months ago.
He's been crushing it lately, man. I'm glad to see him coming out. Obviously supporting, and hopefully we get to see him soon at the new Beats Laboratory.
Yeah, no doubt. That would definitely be cool. We got Evan checking in. Tell Juice.
Evan Valdyke.
Valdyke. Tell Juice, but I hope his dad is doing all right for me. We will pass that on. Sean Brown, the CEO of BTTQ, and Steve Bruley. What's up, dog? Checking in.
Good old Steve.
Good old Steve Bruley. So make sure you let us know what you think about this 8 o'clock start time too, because this has been a new thing for us to try to get, a little bit more going. Last week, we had some folks tuning in at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, our old start time. So we stayed on a little bit longer.
Well, so I want to apologize. I guess we haven't had an opportunity to address this. Last week, we did have some technical issues with the podcast recording right after the webcast. And we ended up having to just use the webcast as our podcast. We did do the work, which I was afraid people didn't think we did. We, since sometimes I need Juice to pull technology out of the ether for me, I messed up. As we said, plans fuck up, and I lost the entire recording. I'm not going to talk about how that happened, but it did happen. So focusing on the positive, we were able to salvage something for the next week, but that's not going to happen again. Because I know it was really disheartening to be like, okay, we talked about this, and now let's see the new thing we talked about. Oh, I literally just heard this. That's not going to happen again, and it's not going to be a trend. We promise.
I mean, sometimes just stuff just happens. I mean, we've had terrible technical difficulties sometimes. I haven't even been able to get on a couple of times. So,
oh my goodness.
One of our goals too is to get over to Twitch, in the near future, and I feel like that's a good goal for us.
It's always our to do it tomorrow goal, and then the server crashes. You know what I mean?
Well, things are coming together. I feel like obviously you can kind of see the workshop here is getting together. The studio obviously was a big focus in the past week, so. More and more things are falling into place. So hopefully the forward momentum keeps going, and we can keep focusing on the stuff to keep bringing the hobby back for everybody, because that's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah. Also, bringing hobby back, like we talk about, obviously we've been talking a lot about the inner workings here. The whole, we don't do this for money. It does take money to do this. I just want to shout out to my peoples, man. My Patreon page was popping off this month, and I was able to, because I had a personal disaster. I do the tutorials on Next Level Painting, which also are exclusive content to the veterans and the Hall of Veterans at thelongwar.net. My Yeti broke. You know what I mean? So what had happened was
the microphone you used.
I literally
thought he was talking about the abominable straw man.
Dog, I literally dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying?
When Kenny drops the mic, shit gets real.
I feel dirty for using a pun. The lowest form of comedy, but it was appropriate, I think, for this.
Awesome.
So literally I had to do 2 tutorials with a headset, and that lowers the quality. And that's just not where we're at. We can't go backwards. So was able to rally together, put that scratch together, and get a new sick mic. I'm really excited about the new round of tutorials that are about to drop. I've got 4 right now in the bank. I'm working hard to get ahead of the game so we can focus more on the battle reports, because we're going to be going into an epic season here, season 2. So I'm going to be I'm going to drop some sneak peeks on you, man. We're going to finish Mephiston completely. You guys haven't even seen me paint Mephiston yet. And of course, Commander Dante is going to get his wings. So we have 2 amazing Blood Angels, and you guys know how we feel about Blood Angels here. So if you guys were curious about how to paint red and how to paint golds, I'm helping you guys out right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I watch those tutorials all the time when I'm painting some barely tabletop miniatures, and I love the battle reports. And I was really hoping to be able to play in one, but we were a little slow today.
Well, the plan was to play today, get everything finalized. And I'm sorry, but literally it wasn't even meant to be anyway. You come up with your stupid army on snow bases, and
we're in a desert terrain.
We just put this amazing battlescape down. It's what? Come on, man.
This might be a new Titan right here. This is what everybody wants to see.
A soon to be tutorial on Next Level Painting and Spiky Bits as soon as we get everything set up.
And we're really gonna try to start lining that up. I mean, Rob is the hobbyist here, and he's the assembler guy. So we're trying to set up a unboxing.
Rob, pull the head out for that thing.
Literally, pull that thing out.
Yeah, open that thing up. Here.
Look at this thing.
Check this out, guys.
It's pretty sweet. That right there is like the size of a normal like 4-year-old kid itself. That's just the head.
That's just the face.
Ridiculous.
That's just the head.
I'm gonna open up a little bit here.
And the whole instruction manual, it's like full color. Like there's certificates
Dude,
in it.
I was about to be like, dog, tell me it's full color. It's a $2,000 model. It's got to be the most expensive model in the world.
This is just the top of the head.
Yeah, that's the top. That's the top plate. Like it's
ridiculous. Bananas. There's the seats and there's just so many parts here.
Yeah,
it's just the head. This is like a Land Raider, and it's a head.
Normally that's a whole kit. It's pretty nuts.
So what is it? Is it happy anniversary? Is that what this is? This is this is an anniversary present, isn't it?
I know anniversary present.
It's no longer.
Wow, I want this guy.
It's no longer a secret to Steve, I believe, is the guy who's receiving it.
Yep, Steve.
It's not.
Yeah, apparently he knows.
He has to know.
His wife bought this at Gen Con for him.
You can't sneak out of Gen Con with 5 resin boxes from 4 Wars.
With 50 pounds of resin.
Yeah, what's the deal with the 50 pounds of resin in the back of the car that we didn't have when we got here?
What's in the duffel bag? Is it money? Tell me it's money.
Yeah. So we are painting for the first ever tutorial on how to paint a Warlord Titan, and easily the first in-depth comprehensive assembly guide. And we're going to layer them back to back. And for sure, the only time this will have ever happened, probably till the end of days, is the only Warlord Titan that was given as an anniversary gift. Purely as an anniversary gift. That is love.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, seriously, that's some deep commitment right there. Like, hey, what's my husband into? I'll buy him the best thing ever.
I'll literally buy him the best thing ever. Yeah, hopefully it was like their 6-month anniversary. Yo.
Damn, shit's just it's got to get better from here, right? Like they're getting a truck next time.
Well, I'm just happy to be a part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Obviously,
so we got a lot going on tonight. Oh, Mark Parker says it's as large as my head. Yeah, that's cool. We'll talk about that later on the podcast.
What are you talking about?
Hey, first of all, we measured my biceps today. These are 13-inch guns. This is average for America.
He means 13 inches this way.
That's probably true too.
That's the same size arm as me.
That's about right.
Yo, it's crazy. Did I just hear that you know Marcus Parkus?
Marcus Parkus. I did not say I knew Marcus Parkus. I said he tapped me on the shoulder once. Best line from Gladiator ever.
Yeah, the venerable Mark Parker.
Yeah, we'll be talking to him on the podcast tonight, filling in for Juicy J. So we got, let's see, we got Evan talking in. Oh, we already covered that. Sean Brown. We got Emperor's Canaries, new writer for the Spiky Bits, saying Roanoke representing. What up, dog? Troy, what's up, dude? Long time to talk. And we got Steve there. Justin Cox saying, I'd love to come down. Stoner Steve, blood for the blood god. What's up,
blood
brother?
For the blood god. Me and Stoner Steve have been talking about tournaments all week, getting essay level, philosophy talk on Facebook. You know, obviously Facebook is the time and place for that type of thought process. And I don't think that Stoner Steve is happy with the tournament scene right now.
You know, I didn't want to like talk a whole lot about that on the show tonight, but like I feel like there's a lot going on. Like I wrote a big article today on Spiky Bits. You can obviously check that out about the meta and why we keep trying to tinker with the meta. You know, I feel like everything has a counter to it right now, but everybody wants to tinker on it. Everybody wants to have their own thing, and I'm like, yo, just get out there and just play some games. Like, it's
a great article. And the only reason we're not going to talk about it too much tonight is because we have been talking a lot around that subject and like read between the lines. We might go deep on it next week, but give you guys an opportunity to read the article, think about it for a week, and then we'll talk about it. But definitely, here's a declarative statement, and like I don't like saying declarative statements because I feel like the less declarative statement one makes, the less stupid he will appear. You know, like declarative statement, competitive, tournament-based Warhammer 40K is pure shit right
now. Yes. I mean, it's kind of rough because you see certain things and you're like, oh, this event allows this. Well, I can probably choose within 50% accuracy what's going to win that tournament, and generally that's what happens.
I And I'll stoke that fire by saying another declarative statement that I believe in. The game Warhammer 40K is the greatest miniature game there is. So what's the problem? Like why?
Well, the problem is everybody wants to win. You know, everybody puts so much stock into toy soldiers that at the end of the day, there's only so many wins to go around. You know what I mean? And the problem is that I feel like 3 hours to play is the same as a professional sports game. And you know, those guys all shake hands afterwards. They're all friends. You know, you have some rivalries, some teams, and some players, and
oh my god,
whatever the drama.
Your point, your counterpoint that you're making inadvertently is a professional also dedicated his entire life to being a professional. And he goes through the rigors, 3 hours of the rigors, you know what I mean? Like 9 hours, 12 hours in a tournament. We're putting regular people in extraordinary situations. So I think what you're saying is what the problem is the people. The game is amazing. It's awesome. I can have a game with you right now and have the best game of my life. But if I play 6 games over the course of a weekend, obviously you're going to hit some rotten eggs, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
you hit rotten eggs everywhere. It doesn't have to just be Warhammer.
I hit rotten eggs driving down the street.
Exactly. Like Juice and I went up and we played in a tournament with Justin Cox and there was 20 people playing, and half of us between rounds were at the bar drinking beers. And then we'd come back. Even the judges were there. So the tournament was like an hour longer than it should have been. But we'd all come back and we all had fun. It was a great time. There was like one little argument between one player that wasn't at the bar with us. So,
I feel like you
don't
guys
go to the bar, you know.
There you go. Basically, you got to drink more. That's what I'm saying. That's bringing a hobby back. That's the kind of that's what I want to see. That's the kind of camaraderie I want to see, and that's like what the Long War is dedicated to. You know, obviously. Speaking of, I knew you were going to say. I'm gonna let you say it.
Speaking of bringing the hobby back, Warzone Atlanta, the new tournament. GT down in Atlanta, the first GT in Atlanta, and I don't know when was the last one in Atlanta, like 2006.
2005. I went to a Games Workshop GT back in those days. 2004 in Atlanta.
It was across from the airport, right?
Right,
like some convention center or something.
This trophy right here, 2004 Atlanta Grand Tournament, Warhammer 40K Best Sportsman. That's the last time I know that they had a GT there.
Well, they're coming back. The general staff are a group of great guys. You know, you got Matt Sable, you got Thomas Bird, you got John Ross. They all play like Gigabytes, Cafe, and Roswell. Great bunch of guys putting this thing on, and you know it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 18-point tournament. Bring your toys to Atlanta and have fun, guys, because there is going to be a room to play, no more than 2 tables touching for, you know, all us fat asses. I'm a 40K fat kid. I like to go to the buffet, so you know I know you're playing. And bartenders in the room in players lounge.
That's pretty awesome.
So you know it might be like those fancy pool halls where you hit the button and they come and they bring the drinks to you. I'm okay with that.
Poker chip.
Yeah, you just gotta get your chips. Lunch is included Saturday and Sunday. Not sure if it's gluten-free, gluten-friendly, but we will find out for you guys.
Because I don't think anybody cares about you, Rob.
You asked me where I could eat today when we went to dinner.
Because I actually kind of care, not that much.
All right, that's fair. Cool tables and terrain. Pairing system matches you to players of your skill. I don't know what that means. We will find out. We will ask John Ross the hard-hitting questions tonight on the podcast.
On 60 Minutes.
On 60 Minutes, yes. Players of all skill levels have a chance to win prizes. Fun, balanced, challenging missions. Doubletree Hotel, Atlanta, Georgia. You can find out more at www.warzone.atlanta.com. Drop the mic.
I just want to shout out to the people here watching tonight. Was any of that message garbled, and do we need to repeat it? Because I might be having connectivity issues. So I didn't catch almost any of that. I just want to make sure you guys don't need to repeat.
Oh, well, I'll have to go find that piece of paper I just wadded up.
You're going to have to get it.
I got bad news for you, Rob. If they didn't hear that, you're going to have to find that piece of paper.
I will go.
You're going to have to glue it back up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So Flashpoint's in here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. It's been a while since we saw you in here. Mark Parker
said, I think that Flashpoint is saying crickets. Yep. Is he saying that?
No, he said that before. He said that before.
Last game day in Atlanta was in 2007, April 28th. I was there. Gigabytes is a decent place. They have an actual cafe. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
I get
that
I get smoothies there. It's delicious.
Oh, if they got a cafe, they probably got gluten-free stuff.
Oh yeah, no, they probably do. Tower, have not been to Tower. Heard of Tower. I think it's on the south side of Atlanta. Have not been there. Do not know much about it, but
hey, the Warlord's guns are bigger than 13 inches, Rob.
that's messed up. That's just hateful. They probably are actually.
Oh my goodness, Rob, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. I'll endeavor to persevere.
I'll bestow a piece of comfort on you. You will never have to deal with the embarrassment that I have to deal with when I go to get my blood pressure taken, and they literally can't do it because my arms are too big. Like, you have no idea how awful that is.
Yeah, that sounds terrible, dude. Man, I hate that.
Kenny, I think you get your blood pressure just by you have them wrap it around your finger, and they can
yeah, don't you get that little thing?
Oh no, it's your thumb. I'm sorry, it's your thumb because you can feel your pulse with your thumb.
Oh,
sounds medical, doesn't it?
It does.
I think that works.
They teach you that stuff in the Army, right?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay, that's good.
I know they teach you how to sew in the Army now.
If you need it, Kenny, I can give you an IV in your forehead.
I don't want that.
I might need that for some drinking every now and then. So I wanted to talk tonight about running Warhammer leagues. I know a lot of people, summer's starting to wind down. A lot of people are going to be getting back into classes, getting back into the, kind of the role of real life, school, kids in school, or maybe just, back to, it starts getting cold out, fall comes, everybody starts to like congregate to going inside and things like that. And you start to see leagues popping up, around late September, early October. And, one of the easiest things you can do out there, I feel like, is like an escalation league. Have you guys ever played in an escalation league?
Yeah, I have. And I've noticed that, like, if you got a shop of guys that never paint their models, half are put together, the other half are primed, or like halfway put together, and if you start a league, you start out with like a squad and then like a general, and then people have to paint them to play. So they actually paint their whole army by the time you're done with the league. And it works good for getting it where like a lot of people playing and having painted armies.
No, I can totally see that because everybody wants, I feel like with the escalation league, you can start out with like one kit, you can paint it, then you can add more stuff to it as you go. I'm actually running an escalation league at the local store here, the Hobbytown USA, and I got this little binder I got to go through that's basically set up from last year, but I gotta tweak it a little bit because so many books have come out. Literally 13 books have come out since this thing.
Why are you slacking, Rob? Why are you not caught up?
I don't really have a good reason because I was pouring a drink, I guess. So anyways, it doesn't start till October. I got a little bit of time.
You can procrastinate.
I'm not trying to rush things. It's like a schoolwork. So, but one of the things they did last year was, which I thought was pretty cool, they started out with 250 points, which I feel is pretty achievable because that's like 1 hour games basically, right?
Yeah.
And that's the whole like adage. It's kind of like the kill team thing where
oh my God. Yeah. Like the old,
you played in a lot of those tournaments, right?
Oh man, I love the combat patrol, man. I'll get on that. Like, I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, it keeps it attainable, man. Like, you put a timer on the rounds, push people through, help them understand. Because I think that's an important element of because I imagine most people who are in a league are also really curious about playing in tournaments. So some of the things you need to learn about playing in a tournament aren't just how to play. So they're about clock management, like, how to play quick. How to stretch your mind out. And I think that starting at 200 points and putting restrictions on how long the games are really is a good way to not get overwhelmed by the concept of having to make decisions quick, and also stick to your guns on decisions. And when you make the wrong decisions, appreciating the failure, moving forward.
Yeah, you're going to appreciate it real well if your whole squad gets wiped out and
if your entire 250 points of your army gets
yeah.
Well, there was always like restrictions on it, right? So like it was, you couldn't have more than 33 points of armor.
You couldn't have more than 2 wounds. You couldn't have a tube save. You couldn't have more than 2 wounds. You couldn't have anything over armor 12 unless it was. You couldn't have anything over armor 11 unless it was dedicated transport. Like it was all sorts of things. Like it was like literally, and combat patrol is like 400 points. So it's like I had like. Having said that, I came up with like in the old Blood Angels codes, I come up with the most OP. Like they're like, you can't have anything that's over armor. You can't have anything that's over armor 11 unless it's a troop. And I was like, Death Company Dreadnought with Blood Talons in a Death Company Dreadnought, which is a troop. They're like, okay, what else is in your army? 5 Death Company guys.
That could be good.
5 Death Company guys, a Rhino, and 5 Tactical Marines. Like, wait, what do? I You drop my Death Company Dreadnought in turn 1 in your grill, pops his smokes, runs out. You, who have nothing but plasma guns and flamers in your army, does nothing. I engage you and go infinite on my Wolverine attack and kill your army. They were like, yo, dog, literally you need to get out of our combat patrol league. That is
you fired. Stop. Yeah, you're a monster. What do you think about some of the units like that have come out in the last 12 months? Like, say, Warp Spiders. They seem like they're pretty good in combat patrol. They're hard to catch.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if you got to basically just say, for starters, combat patrol, no Eldar. Like out the gate.
What, 51-point Eldar jet bikes are like good
51-point Eldar jet bikes seems pretty good in combat patrol.
Dang. Just be like, no Eldar. Sorry, guys, no Eldar. No, I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of restrictions because there's so much stuff out there. It's just it could get. So saucy.
This is one of my favorite things. Like if you're doing something that's like for the community and it's about helping people. Feast of Blades had done this years ago for their open, and they were trying to do it like, yo, literally, we're gonna review your lists, and it's gonna be subjective as hell. Like, if we think it's lame, we're not gonna let you play.
Yeah. Nope.
Like, yo, literally, like, yo, submit your 400-point armies to me, and if I think it's lame, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't play that. Like, because like people like me who did like the Furious Agenda, like I talk about, you should immediately have told me I can't do that because like I was trying too hard. I was being a tryhard. Like, no, dog, you can't play your 9 3-man squads at Eldar Jetbikes, dog.
Yeah, no, that's true too, because like the 250 points, like, come on, like seriously, how much are we gonna game this? But what's cool about this league is it like seems to ramp up. It goes, what is it? It's 250 points first week, 1,000 points the next week, 1,250, 1,500, 1,850, and then the last week, 6-week league. It's Apocalypse game, 4,000 points aside. So like it gives you, time for, ramping everything up and things.
No, that's important. Ramping up. Hey, yo, that Q&A's filled up. Jump on that.
Yeah, we got a few people in there. Let's see. So Steve Burley's talking about Twitchell. Oh yeah, Twitchell's tournament's the 22nd this weekend. So down in Borderlands, Columbia, South Carolina. So make sure you check that out if you're in that area and want to hit up a big tournament this weekend. Working on some Demonkin. Pretty sure there will be 3 Thirsters. Because why not? Why not? This is good stuff. Evan's saying he's starting an escalation league in Mythic Monterey, but some people seem to be advocating for no Lorna War and a limit of 1 flyer in the whole campaign, which seems kind of messed up for me and kind of early 6th edition mindset. Yeah, people were super afraid of flyers at 6th edition, that's for sure. I'm not sure what the flyer restriction is. That means you have a really casual crowd and they're afraid of certain things. One of the things you just want to remember is like, you don't want that feel badsy. Like if you're trying to get people in this hobby, you got to grow them. You can't just throw them in the deep end. You can't. So if you have like 3 people in your 10-man league who are really new and they just want to put their toe in the water to see how they feel about, potentially competitive 140K, you kind of have to do those restrictions because that guy is not going to want to play. Like when I say things like, no, don't restrict the game. Of course, I can take 5 ranked nights. I'm talking about national level events where you shouldn't be signing up if you don't know what you're going to get into. A league is kind of a stepping stone. I do believe you should objectively look at it and maybe think about those restrictions in a league. No, I definitely agree. Like you have to have some sort of restrictions because otherwise, obviously, people do stuff like
you're gonna get a guy like me who just can't turn it off. No, I've been playing this game since the 90s. I can't turn it off. Like
you can turn it off. Stop. Aaron Thompson's checking in. He has something interesting to say. What's up, Aaron? Let's see. In a game, Ravenwing versus Eldar unit ignores Jink. I'm gonna ruin with Shroud. Ravenwing special rule says if you Jink, you reroll fail cover saves. So can I elect to Jink? Ignores Jink. I'm going to ruin with Shroud. Ravenwing special rule says if you Jink, you reroll failed cover saves.
No, you ignore Jink. Like you bypass the Jink special rule. They no longer have the Jink special rule. You can't Jink. When you Jink.
So. I agree with Kenny on this one. I think that they just get the cover save because it says reroll. Or the Jink allows you to reroll your cover save, but they ignore Jinx. They take away the Jink.
You only got the cover save from Jink. Like Jink confers a 4-up cover save.
Well, if you're in a ruin, you get a 4-up cover save because you're in a ruin.
You'll still get the cover save for the ruin, but you get to re-roll it.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
I don't think you get.
Good point. Good point. So, you're saying if I have a 5-up cover save and you ignore Jink, but I have the Raven Wing special rule, I should be able to reroll my 5-up cover save because it says I reroll cover save. And that just comes down to just breaking down the English language. Like you can assume that they're talking about the cover save conferred to you by Jink. Like literally, if there was an FAQ, that's what it would say.
I think so. I think you would get it from the ruin and not from Jink.
You're not, it's not talking, it's literally on the subject of Jink. Ravenwing special rule is talking about Jink. That is the subject. It is poorly written Queen's English, not American English. That is concise in the language of science.
and the global reasoning.
Yeah, seriously. Silly Queen's English.
I tell you, those Ravenwing bikes, if you don't have a way to ignore Jink or cover, they're so rough.
I have a really interesting way of ignoring cover with the way I like to play. I want to say it usually has to do with the Thunderhammer.
Yeah, I was like, is this close combat? Because that ignores cover.
Space Wolves, the Thunderhammer.
It's usually like a bike, a command squad that has a bunch of Iron Priest attached to it.
Yeah, but if you're playing Mechanicum and all you have are grav guns, can't really.
You're literally not killing anybody.
No, pretty rough.
No, I think I wanted to get to Gavin because Gavin's been in the queue for a while. I think he was asking, or noting. I think is this Gavin from ATC that we talked to? Is this Gavin from the Beer for the Beer Guides? I don't know which Gavin this is.
I'm not familiar with his last name. So Gavin, who are you?
And Gavin is like, Gil Kenny, I see you sipping in that 101. What's the official drink of Rob tonight?
Oh, that's a good question. Luke, what is my drink? You made my drink.
Well, I told you not to tell anybody.
Oh.
No, it's Diet Coke because Rob's a sissy. And
I'm trying to watch my figure.
Yeah, let me tell you what, you're never gonna get beyond a 13-inch bicep if you're drinking Diet Coke.
So I got to drink regular Coke to get bigger biceps? Oh.
You'll also get bigger titties and bigger back fat.
So everything just will get bigger. No, I think this is Cellar Jerry, right? And
yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I like to, in the summertime, I like to add a little lime juice to my Cellar Jerry, and I drink it with my pinky.
Literally the only way I can even stomach rum is if it's rum, ice cubes, lime juice. That's it.
That's pretty good.
Caribbean moonshine. Blech.
Hey Rob, I heard that if you drink Wild Turkey 101, it makes your biceps bigger.
I have Wild Turkey 101. I drink it all the time.
I've been drinking it all day.
I will go drink some right now. I will prove you wrong. I will drink it. You have the mixer in yours.
Yeah, I mixed it this time, but
why?
It wasn't Wild Turkey. I have rum and Monster.
Oh,
that's
I was drinking Wild Turkey straight.
I would drink that.
You should go grab the Wild Turkey.
Mark says his money's on a wine cooler. Actually, what Juice was helping me move. Juice and Lucas actually came up and helped me move. And I actually had some Smirnoff wine coolers.
Oh, yeah. Juice tried to drink
one. And Juice is like, yo, let me get on that.
Obviously.
First of all, I don't even know where that came from. Don't drink that. I don't know what that is. And then he's like, I'm going to drink it. And then immediately he was like, this is disgusting. I was like, I think it's been in there for 5 years.
Juice got halfway through it.
Do you remember that one time? What's that gluten-free beer you drink?
Oh, Red Bridge.
Remember that time he just went into the refrigerator and pulled out a Red Bridge, and before I could tell him it was gluten-free, and he starts drinking it, and I could see in his face that he realizes something's wrong. I was like, dog, I was going to tell you that's that gluten-free joint that Rob drinks. He's like, I was like, man. He's like, well, I opened it. I got to drink it. Like, I want to say like 15 minutes later, he's like, yo, I just can't drink it. I'm sorry.
Yo, dude, remember it?
But hey, Juice get a beer. I'm drunk. And he'll take like 2 sips, and then anyone drinking it, and I end up drinking a lot more beer that way. Is what happens. I can't let that shit go to waste.
You're drunk, dude. Gavin says he is a fan from Scotland. That's what's up.
Yeah, we never met him.
Yo, Gavin.
No, we have not met him.
Probably. Do you know how to make scotch?
He says rum and Coke, great summer drink. You guys like Scottish malt whiskey? Yes. I have to say, but I don't even play the game. But I love watching your shows. Great personality all around. I wish you guys the best of luck for your future plans. Thanks, dog. That's awesome.
Yo, literally.
Yes,
whiskey
we
is
love. Yes, it is. We used to be into what Glenfiddich and what was that other one we drank?
Dewar. We were into Dewars. I think Dewars is the most.
That's right, Glen. Oh yeah, so Ender, friend of the show, right? I go up to his house for the weekend, for 4th of July weekend, because he's like, hey, come on up. He actually tricked me. He's like, oh, by the way, we're gonna build a princess palace for a bed for my daughters. And I was like, so he basically needed an extra set of hands. What we didn't know was I had tools and I could have brought them, but he tricked me, so he didn't get my tools. And so long story short,
was it 13-inch tools?
Yes, okay, right here. Anyways, so what happened was I brought a little bit of rum, my to-go rum, just so I'd have something to drink there. And I'm sitting there drinking, I'm like, it's like dark out, I'm like, oh, let me get a drink. I know he doesn't have any drinks around. He's like, what are you drinking? You drinking some of the good stuff? And I was like, what good stuff? And he points to above his dining room, and he literally has the Taj Mahal of liquors. I mean, he's got Johnny Walker Blue Label. He's got Glenfiddich, like all of them. And I'm like, some of those are $200 a bottle. I can drink that.
That's pretty awesome. That's a friend right there.
And I actually forgot that it was there again, and I kept drinking my own stuff.
Damn, you suck. Yo, Evan wanted to mention something I was going to mention to you guys. That hilarious story you guys were talking about for like 60 seconds. Robot language didn't come through.
It didn't come through?
Which one?
You got the thing you just were talking about when you were talking about juice, wine cooler, then beer. We were talking about beer, gluten beer, and then you guys told this story.
Oh, the pizza.
All we got was robot talk. Like,
can you hear us now?
Yes.
Good. No, Lucas, I got a gluten-free pizza delivered at the ATCs from Domino's. Good stuff. It's like this big. It's like $10, but it's this big.
It's not good.
It's really good.
No.
I can eat it, so it's awesome. Luke and somebody else come stumbling in drunk, and they're like, "Ma, let me get some of that pizza." And I'm like, "It's gluten free." He's like, "I don't care." And they taste a bite of it, and he's like,
"I threw it on the ground. This is my dad. This is a cell phone."
Happy birthday to the ground.
Happy birthday, ground.
And I was like, "Oh, well, that's good. That's literally the only thing I can eat, and you just threw it on the ground." Thanks.
It was mine. You gave it to me.
Poor gluten people. It's just hard to be people when you're so frail. Yo, Sal, good old Sal checking in tonight. What up, Sal?
What's up, Sal? All right, so
I gotta make an announcement real quick before I forget. Fatty J's been hitting me up all night. We have the winner of our Long War Twitter giveaway.
Oh, cool. Who won?
I'm about to announce the winner right here, and I think he's gonna get a PM. It is at bfail. Bfail. I like that. At bfail is the winner on Twitter. You win that Blood of Sigmar book that I have. That will be going out in the mail really soon. You'll be getting a PM, and don't forget to check out all the giveaways that we've been doing coming in hot on the Twitter.
Oh yeah, we have another. I didn't put it up yet, but we have another giveaway to do, right? Like all the Vrax books for Imperial Armor.
Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff. Who was the winner of our second Long War giveaway?
Oh, I put that up last week. It was Sal.
Sal,
Chicago.
Sal knows what he's doing on that Gleam. He's just every day coming in, checking our stuff out, sharing.
It was actually pretty close, to be honest.
I mean, that's basically how you win. When you see the Gleam giveaways that we do on our page, it's all based on sharing. Like, so when you just go through the list every day, share. Every time you do that, you get an entry, and then who has the most entries, obviously it's still a random drawing, but like someone who did it every day has 1,000 tickets in there, and you only have 3. So
there was two other folks. I forget who they were, but they have not contacted us actually about the Long War prize pack. So check out that post. Search for giveaway on Spiky Bits, and I guess we could talk. I'll look it up. We'll talk about it on a podcast. The 2 folks that haven't checked in yet for their prize packs, because we got those. I got those actually pre-packed, ready to go as soon as I hear from them.
Yeah, there's actually Sal checking in. He's talking about thanks for the Sick Codex. I think I saw him posted on his personal Facebook page, man. Thanks, Sal. Keeping it real. You know how to hashtag bring hobby back all day.
Yep, no doubt. At bfail. Congrats, bro. That's Sal.
Wait, is Sal at bfail?
No, he's saying congratulations.
I was like, of course he's at bfail.
No. He's just congratulating the winner. All right, so we got, let's see, Flashpoint's talking about, somebody in here, I missed it because this isn't my normal job, I apologize, but somebody was asking how they would make a competitive Blood Angels list.
Typically, I mean, like, obviously, if it has to be Blood Angels, I mean, it depends on the point level. I think you can do some pretty compelling. I think you can, like competitive. I think you can be local tournament competitive with Blood Angels, pure Blood Angel list. I don't think you can be like national event competitive with a singular Blood Angel list, though. Unfortunately, there's just too many tools that they don't have now. But they augment a lot of people, So I would say if you're gonna do a pure Blood Angels list, like I love the Dream Crusher formation, the triple Storm Raven, you can assault off the Deep Strike formation, and the Storm Ravens can come in on turn 1. I think that's an amazing list. We have one of those actually in the Beats Laboratory for download. Actually, I have a 1750 list, and actually that's where I kind of feel like it shines because at 1750 people don't expect you to bring 3 Storm Ravens. 1850 people start having to being able to deal with it in 2K. Somebody's cell phone is going berserk.
There's an emergency storm warning. Is a tornado hitting us? No, I'm just joking.
Word.
Sounds like there's a storm out there.
I'll give you this one list. It's 1750. I think it's really cool. You have the Dream Crusher formation. It's got 3 Storm Ravens. And obviously you have to take tactical squads in every Storm Raven. It's say 30 tactical Marines in these Storm Ravens. And because of this formation, I think it's called the Disguise of Blood or something cool like that. They all have objective secure. It's one of the only formations where the troops still have objective secure. So you have 30 tactical Marines inside of Storm Ravens that get to start coming on the table turn 1 that are all objective secure. I have a 10-man squad of Sanguinary Guard. Like 5 of them have Power Fist, 5 of them have the axes. I think and then I have Sanguinary Priest with the Angel's Wings. And this is the squad, obviously, I bring in with the triangulation as they come in. And literally, I just have 5. And then I think I have an ally. Or I think I take a Flesh Terror Strike Force. Or so, I think it's an ally. Or a CAD or something. Whoever can take a fortification. And I have a Imperial Bunker with a comms relay and 5 scouts hiding in it. So that way, you put that Imperial Bunker on an objective secure because of the scouts. You have a comms relay. You bring your 3 Storm Ravens on turn 1 with the rerolls, come in, so they're already on the table. You shoot people up with Storm Ravens because Storm Ravens are really good. They're really hard to deal with. And also, all 3 Storm Ravens have a locator beacon. And then on turn 2, you roll, and you bring in the 10 Sanguinary Guard. They come in off the locator beacon, and you assault. So, I think it's pretty good for 1750. I think a lot of people at 1750 level won't know what to do when they get charged, when their whole army gets charged by Sanguinary Guard.
No, that's super strong at 1750. And we actually, that's a good point. I finally got some of the army lists up in the Beats Laboratory section, the download section on the Long War on the veterans page. So check those out. There's I sent 2 over to Kenny to get typed up, some Scrawny Xenos lists, so he'll probably just ignore them. But eventually they'll be in there.
They'll be in there. I think we just breathed 7 to 8 new lists in there. We're coming up with new beats the whole time. It's just obviously we're a 3-man operation, and actually we all have 3 different tasks. Like Rob, when you think about updating the internet, it's a 1-man operation. That's Rob's job.
Yeah, so super secret. I run Bella Lost Souls in the morning, so that's a good 4 hours of my day right there.
I would say that how big the Long War is right now. We probably need 9 people. But we obviously don't have the finances to justify 3 people.
We have 3 cats.
We have 3 cats.
That definitely helps out a lot.
They actually don't help in any way whatsoever.
My sanity level, I think.
They're good at hiding in the closet.
They are. When Kenny's dog comes over, they are really good at hiding.
Oh my God, super good at hiding.
Vicious little dog.
Yeah, without a doubt. Annie tried to dominate Little Saren, but that didn't work.
No, it turns out dog. If a dog doesn't want to be intimidated by a cat, it turns out cats have to turn around and run.
Yeah, which we saw a lot of that. Empress Canaries is actually saying, are we all set on mics? You might have an extra decent one laying around.
Yeah, literally depends on what kind of mic you have. If it has a push to mute feature, literally hit me up on my Facebook page. I'm the editor, hardware guy. Let me know. I will definitely be interested if it's something we can use.
What new armies are going to be added to the Long War Army Hall of Fame in the near future, say 6 months? You mean like what armies are we going to play with on the battle reports? Or
Did he say the Hall of Fame? He said the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Hall of Fame in the near future, say 6 months.
Interesting question. Do you mean like because obviously, please give us more detail on that question.
Yes.
I don't know how to answer it just yet.
On Spiky Bits, my Mechanicum list that I just finished painting.
Oh yeah,
is one I played up in Virginia last weekend. It looks pretty good. You guys check it out.
Yeah, you got to check out the new Facebook, the Bailey Tabletop Quality Facebook page. Luke is the main painter, and he is strictly Bailey Tabletop. And he has some pretty. And you better jump in right now at the ground floor while his prices stay low before there's market demand, and he has to raise his prices. So I definitely recommend taking a look at his services.
Yeah, that's generally how it works. Aaron Thompson from Virginia is saying thank you, Lucas and Juice, for coming to the tournament last weekend in Richmond.
You're welcome.
Juice took third with his NIDS, and Robbie B missing you up in Richmond. Boo. Thanks, dog.
Did he call you Boo?
He called me Boo. Love you, Boo. Anyways, so yeah, I miss Richmond. I love Virginia, but it was better to be down here. Like we got a lot going on, being closer to Juice and Kenny. Lucas is on the other side of town here too. By town, I mean the base. And every night I hear Apaches flying overhead. That's the sound of freedom. It's America.
That's freedom.
It's America. It's the sound of freedom. So we love it. Let's see. So who else we got in here? We got a lot of comments coming in. Gavin said he just checked out the Wild Turkey 101 because he saw you drinking it, Kenny.
Hey, Rob, hold your glass up.
Oh, yeah. We got some right here.
I had one. Cheers.
Cheers. You got the fancy.
The official, soon to be the official sponsor of the Long War. We have reached out. We have reached out to them. They have not responded yet, but we are working hard.
You just got to keep reaching out.
Yeah, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. I heard that on the radio once, like over and over for like 20 years. So we talked about
Rob, answer Gavin up. It's I'm looking right at it, so it'll be weird for a second. I must recommend. I want to say Balvenie, 14-year-old.
Balvenie.
Ooh, what is that?
14-year-old.
One of my most favorites to drink. I guess it's a rum if it's Caribbean.
Caribbean cask. Ooh.
No,
take a look at that.
I'll have to check that out.
Do you have that top? I lost it because you just moved it, so you have to finish the question.
Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean cask, one of my favorites to drink. I bought a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 the other day because I saw K-Dog drink it on a previous show. It's strong. It is.
That's the question. Yo, literally, like if you're a bourbon drinker, obviously if you're Scottish, you guys don't even have bourbon, basically. Basically, don't buy any bourbon that's under 100 proof. You're just wasting your time.
Yes.
Just wasting your time. It doesn't have the flavor, dog. Drink it room temperature. Don't mess around with no ice cubes. If you absolutely need an ice cube, one. Don't mess it up.
Yep.
No, it's a Scotch. Scotch, they buy the bottles from like other bourbon companies or the casks. And then they ship them to Scotland, and they use them. They're using it.
Is that what the Belvin?
That's how it works. Like your Wild Turkey only gets made in one cask, and then they make a new one, and they sell the other ones to Scotland, and then they make the Scotch in them.
Huh. That makes sense. Well, I'll tell you what the Wild Turkey is. It's straight up. It's good stuff. Because obviously I have the gluten allergy. There's a lot of actually alcohols I can't drink because they put a bunch of crap in. They put whey paste and things like that in.
I don't know about you guys in Scotland, but in America, the GMOs and literally everything has weed in it. Everything has genetically modified crap in it. Everything, literally things that shouldn't have weed in it. They're like, this has weed in it. Why does this have weed in this?
Yeah, soy sauce.
Soy sauce. Why the F does soy sauce have weed in it?
Yeah, like seriously. Like that's why you eat terrible and you get allergic to this stuff. And I did. I ate terrible for 30 years and this is what I get. But that's okay because now I eat.
Rob, I thought you were 19.
I am. No. That's not what my Facebook says. It says I'm 26. I don't know why.
Hilarious.
Anyways, so moving on. Sal says, like, share, comment, spread the good word, keep the hobby alive. Long War is worth the time and happy to help. Thanks, dog. We super appreciate the help.
That's a glowing testimonial. We might have to put you on our testimonials page.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think don't we have him on? I'll have to check. I might have to put that one on there. Flashpoint says he's drinking. You know what that is, Lucas? Pratt. Belgium,
Belgian
L,
ale.
10%.
It's just it's a beer. It's just really
10% beer.
Yeah, they have up to 17.
Can you sell that in America?
Yeah, they have it at the Triangle Wine.
Oh, all right, good stuff. I can.
That stuff's a bit rough though.
I used to like that Duvel. Did you ever have Duvel?
Mhm.
The Belgium that stuff. Ooh,
Belgian.
that was like
Those little
12%.
fat monks are really good at making beer.
Yeah, they are. Go figure. So let's see. A lot of comments in here. I'm trying.
Oh,
to
wait. There's
through
one
them.
for me.
Oh yeah.
This is
Lucas.
important. This is important.
Your work is amazing, easy to share because they look so sick.
Awesome.
Word.
Thank you, Sal F. Chicago.
Yeah, we met Sal this at Adepticon last year. No, that was really fun. We met a lot of people at Adepticon, and what was it, John? Because we always say like, hey, if you want to go to these events and you don't have anybody to go with, you can come to these events and hang out with us. Because
John, I hope you're still married. that was
John's
rough,
wife was not happy. Was not happy he was hanging out with us. Let's just put it that way.
That was a rough night for my brother.
That's all right. We kept his army safe. He came back and got it the next day. All was good in the world.
I want to say we did a lot of really responsible drinking.
I did not. I was a DD.
We did a lot of responsible drinking, and we got twisted and chocolate wasted all at once.
I think Juice swatted my to-go box out of my hand.
Oh my God,
and
the French fries
all over the hotel floor.
I'll never forget that.
Oh my gosh! I was like, you know that was my breakfast in the morning, right? I'm gonna
Well,
start
it's on the floor now. What are you gonna do now?
Flashpoint says yes. He wants to know about new armies for battle reports. Actually, we have some great-looking Mechanicum that are going to be on a battle report here soon, for sure.
Probably going to break out Rob's demons list. He has he has a very different demon army than I do. We're probably going to bring out some of Rob's actual paint jobs, his screamers.
The first things I airbrushed under the tutelage of Kenny Boucher.
We're going to have some, we're going to have a much more, we're going to try to keep this trifecta because, obviously, I guess I'm going to talk about the YouTube channel, the Long War YouTube channel. Had a couple of comments on there, with our last battle report with the Orcs and the Stomper versus the
beautiful looking stuff.
Was amazing. Gray, literally
great. Ooh, Gray's got it going on.
So a lot of people were talking about the lookout sirs that I was doing, and we can talk all about rules and everything. I'll just shut that down with you go to any major tournament, the way I did it is the way you do it. But one of the things that came up to me was but why are you wasting time doing it this way? That doesn't seem like you're bringing hobby back. That seems really abusive. And I was like, let me break this down. Bringing hobby back has many levels. Assembly. When Rob is doing the hobby part, when he's talking, sometimes I do an unboxing video, sometimes I do a tactics video, sometimes he does a straight assembly tutorial. That's because everyone has a different level, man. Everyone's looking for something different. When I do tutorials for my painting, sometimes I do beginner stuff. Sometimes I do how to paint an airbrush. How to paint a power weapon effect with an airbrush. Sometimes I'm like, this is the most advanced shit ever. This is the most simple shit ever. You got to hit everyone's got different needs. Same thing with the battle reports. We've done 1,000 point horse heresy games. We've done X-Wing battle reports. We've done the most fluffy games and the most competitive games. Everyone has a different level, what the hobby means to them. For me, I'm all about that competitive stuff. I go to tournaments. I need them. I love them. I'm all about it. But I also understand every other need. And so I just want to remind you guys out there, something we're doing is not for you. That's why we're doing 4 videos a week. We're trying to hit everything and be patient with us. Please, don't hesitate. I'm not condemning anyone for using the comment feature on YouTube. I'm just trying to give you guys an explanation.
Oh yeah, we try to answer all of those. And actually, I was talking to Larry Vella on Bowls, and he's like, "Wait, you try to answer every comment on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you not?" yeah, dude, you gotta talk to people.
Well, it's a lot. The thing is, I guess he doesn't realize because it's so much work. It
is,
and he's a busy, and obviously Larry's a busy man. He runs Bowls.
Yeah, we're all busy.
Bowls is a big. As busy as we are, I imagine he's at least a little busier.
Yes.
And we're natural artists anyway, so we're all about that. I literally have read every possible criticism on my paint jobs on the internet that exists. I have.
I hear you. I hear you're too airbrushing. That's what I.
You know what I'm saying? I read them all. I'm an artist. I read every single thing, and we've taken that natural love of the game, that hobby enthusiasm. We've taken that to the Long War. We read every comment, which we don't just do this. We don't we didn't step up to the plate to do this. To suck our own dicks. we believe in this hobby. And so we need these comments. Like, don't hesitate to hit us with those comments. We need to know those things. And I'll tell you why. And maybe one day, like, someone will say something like that. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. That is bullshit. That isn't bringing hobby back. You know, this was not that case, but could happen, you know. So please use the features. We're gonna need your feedback more than ever going into season 2 with some of that new tech.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, we got a lot going on, and we want to make sure that we're keeping it real for all you guys. Let's see. Sal says he used to combine that formation with the Grey Knight detachment, charging paladins and Drago.
That's great to talk about. We should talk about this for a few more minutes before we should talk about for the rest of the show. So what he's talking about is the Dream Crusher formation and adding people who are not Blood Angels faction to the Blood Angels and the Salty on turn 1. There is an argument there because that formation, I don't believe, says special rules. And
they just started with the special rules in the Codex ones. They didn't really do it in the older ones.
Right, the
Curions.
Skyhammer Annihilation Force is when people are talking about, can I join independent characters at the Scabbard Nation Force and charge you on turn 1? You cannot. You absolutely cannot, because this actually says in the detachment, this is a special rule. We've done a whole episode about how that does not work. You don't get to use those special rules. The interesting thing about the I believe, I mean, Rob, if someone could fact check me on this and get their hands on that formation in the Blood Angels Codex, I think, or I don't know if it's it's
Exterminatus.
If someone can open up the Exterminatus for me, who's watching the show, and let me know if in that formation under the command benefits, if it says special rules. Because if it does not specify special rules, you can actually enter a real life argument about, can a non-faction element enter, because it does actually say, like, you gain the special rules of it does actually say you get to utilize these rules, and it says you can't utilize these rules. We've actually talked about this and broke this down. You can absolutely make an argument for or against joining non-Blood Angel faction elements to the Blood Angels faction element that you're going to charge. You're going to charge under the Dream Crusher formation. Like, it's a little gray area, I believe, because they didn't put the special rules in there. I believe. I would love to be fact checked on this by someone who's watching the show right now. Otherwise, I typically try not to do it. I try not to add anybody to any of that stuff that's not Blood Angels and charge them, because I feel like the conservative approach is the right approach.
Sal says friendly with. It just says friendly with Blood Angels.
I think friendly model. I think it says friendly models with the Blood Angel. In fact, and if it says Blood Angels, that means faction.
Blood Angel faction. So theoretically, I guess you could put Blood Angel special characters in there, like Dante and stuff.
Well, we're talking about people who aren't Blood Angels, because if you go, Rob, you guys are robot boys. Rob,
still,
you just work for a second. I want to cut you off before you went off on a 5-minute tangent. You sound good now.
Okay.
I think Sal's talking about, like, I'll put Drago in there. And actually, if you go to the special characters section of the book, it actually kind of sort of indicates that you might be able to absorb somebody else's faction. So
yeah, I mean, that's that whole combined reserves on page 124, I believe it is, on the rule book. Theoretically, you can put Grey Knights in a Blood Angels pod, and they could still Nemesis Strike Force in.
Yep.
That's
one of those things, like, you go to a tournament, you best email the tournament
best check first,
because that's going to be a hard sell on a lot of people. And I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with it, literally, but I mean, some people do.
All right. Well, we're about out of time here, so I want to rapid fire some of these real quick. Evan says they are special rules. We will check on that for the podcast tonight. Aaron Thompson he just got an Infinity future battle reports in the works. I don't think so for Infinity, but you never know in the near future.
Infinity painting tutorial is coming this year.
Zach Borden says, "What's up?"
Zach, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing good up in that Canadian lands.
I don't know if Zach knows that we moved it up an hour. Zach, we moved it up an hour. It's an hour earlier, and I'm sorry if you didn't know that.
But you can watch it all right now. It's like seeing the whole issue from a comic book, like, ahead of time. Zach says, "What's up?" Gavin wants to know if you're going to bring out some merchandise, T-shirts, dice, beer mats, bourbon glasses, etc. Yes, we have a Kickstarter hopefully coming out in October, September, October. for some really cool stuff. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one. Want to give big thanks. This is Sal, for you guys for giving my local page a shout out. We do what we can in the Chicagoland area. Come check us out at Friendly Fire Gaming, hashtag keeping the hobby alive. No doubt there. Make sure you check that out if you're in that area. And what we got? Chicago brings out the crazy in everyone. That's a pretty accurate statement. I feel like I've always had a good time in Chicago. Great pizza.
Yeah, pizza's awesome up there.
Great pizza. Oh my gosh.
The roads suck though.
It depends on when you go. Well, I tell you what, we almost didn't make it out of Chicago last year. We left Sunday night, and I was like, "Yo, I do not want to drive overnight through the mountains." And literally, it started snowing, and I was like, "Okay, let's go right now." And everybody got snowed in. And
you guys are lucky you left.
Yeah, we super are.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was being a little ridiculous, and I was like, it started to snow, and I was like, "All right, let's go right now." I've seen this before. This is not going to end well.
Yeah, remember that one year we went to Adepticon and the whole city was flooded?
Oh, yeah. One of the organizers of Adepticon, actually, like, his whole basement got flooded. He lost, like, a lot of board games. Some of the older stuff when he was a kid, it was terrible.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I felt so bad for him. And, like, people couldn't make it because, like, there was rain delays and, like, oh, man, it was super. It was the monsoon year. It was really bad. Oh, Zach says he's in the hospital again. Sorry, bud.
Sorry, man. I hope you get better.
Damn, Zach.
Let's see. There are special rules. I think that's pretty much everything in the queue here. So.
Evan was like corn, and more corn. I don't know why we named it that, but sometimes we mess up.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of make stuff up. I won't lie. I didn't know what we were going to talk about. I just figured we were going to talk about corn. Oh, by the way, if you saw that picture in the White Dwarf of like the corn fortress, the Chaos Fortress with like it's in the shape of the Chaos Star.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody added that up. It's going to cost $1,300 to make that.
Oh my God, I knew it was going to be crazy.
The Chaos Star Fortress.
I think it looks pretty sweet, but not $1,300 sweet. No. I'd rather just get Warlord Titan for $500 more.
Yeah, seriously, $1,300.
Why not spend $500 more for cool Titan?
Yes, that's the size of my guns.
There it is, Evan. Corn.
There's your corn for tonight. Well, I think that's about it for this one, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us. It was a crazy ride. Thanks for sticking around tonight, Lucas. We super appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Oh man, it was a good time here, and I'm glad you had some of that wild turkey, man.
Stuff's pretty good, man.
It'll put hair. I hear it's strong.
it even put hair on Rob's face.
At least
it's
one.
Growing a little bit.
At least one. These are mostly zits.
Good old Rob is going through puberty.
Yeah. 20 years too late. That's okay. Anyway, so if you haven't done so already, head on over to the longwar.net. That's the home of exclusive content and early access videos. Become a veteran of the Long War today. Good night, guys.
Night, guys.